Good morning, everyone. And now that we've finished the turbo upgrade, we'll go ahead and we'll completely remove the battery. Eventually we need to remove that battery for the intercooler change. And this video will be specific on the high pressure fuel pump. This is the kit from AMS, as described. This is the high pressure fuel pump, giving us about 36% more flow. Does require an ECM calibration. It comes with the associated hardware. We have the new hardline. We have an adapter for the electronic connection. We have an adapter plate that the pump sits on. We have the new hardware, and we have an alignment tool. Right, so this video will go through the removal of the original OE and the installation of this aftermarket alpha pump. So you notice that the battery is completely removed. That'll be on the separate video specific to changing this intercooler here. We go ahead and just disconnect the negative and or positive to work on the high pressure fuel pump. So let's go ahead and work on this. First thing first, we'll remove this rubber cover. It just peels off towards the back. Put that aside. And what we have here is the low pressure feed line, the high pressure line, and the electrical connection that we begin on. Turn it and you'll hear that click. Connection just pulls right off. Before the next step, you want to take all the precautionary measures when dealing with high pressure fuel lines. Remember, it's always good practice. Use baggies, mark them up. T30 bolt for the wiring harness goes in the bag. There is kind of a guide for the wiring harness, and you can see it when I move this, it moves around. We want to slide this towards the intercooler. And to also do that, you'll notice there's a clip here. And that's best served with a flathead. And what I do is I go in and pop both sides up to loosen that up. Gotta tell you, I don't, this is a little fun. Trying to wedge all of this together. Of course, I myself, since I'm changing the intercooler or have no problem, I would disconnect this right off here and probably pull this harness and pull it away and up and make this a lot easier. So I'm just trying to go through these steps as if you guys aren't having to refill your intercooler water coolant, or you're changing the you're not changing the intercooler itself. So I did manage to raise this up, and I have my 19 mil on the hard line here. So I'll go ahead and undo this. Yeah, my recommendation, if you have a little more patience, is I would unclip this. We are now ready to remove the OE high pressure fuel pump. These are T40s. Since the fuel pump spring has pressure against the cam, you'll want to do alternating quarter turns until the fuel pump is loose. This will prevent any thread damage. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the adapter, the original Torx bolts we removed, our torque wrench. We're gonna set this one up for 192 inch-pounds or 22 Newton meters. I believe that's 16 foot-pounds as well. And we'll go ahead and torque that down. We'll also need our alignment tool. Now we're sitting up, it's really hard to show, but probably about this much on the pump. There'll be that kind of pressure, so as long as we grab enough threads, I don't think it's necessary to rotate the engine. So we have our new hardline. Here is the labeling for inspection and the leak test, visible inspection pass. And this side goes into the high pressure fuel pump here. And this is our low pressure feed and our electrical connector we'll get to in a second here. pin that sticks out on the top side of the head facing the intercooler. We want to get this hook over it and back down. So I'll guide this, pull this to the left, and then down. You can hear it snap in. Snap this back down. You can see this touches here. It is very tight. That I actually have to wiggle the plastic around to be able to get this bolt in here, but it touches. There's a little bit of pressure there. For easier installation, use a screwdriver to keep the holes aligned. And that is it. The 2 fasteners are in. This is the short bolt. You can tell I used a long flathead screwdriver to pry and push this plastic connector towards the firewall, just so I wouldn't cross thread and that I could get that bolt in. And this is the longer bolt. It's hidden behind here, that guy down there. Both hand tightened and good to go. These I'm going to leave open. Sure, if you wanted to, you could thread back down the Torx bolts that came out of there, just to plug those holes. And the very last step is we're going to put the this guy here. That is the stud for the engine cover. Otherwise, that would be it. That is the complete uninstall of the OEM high pressure fuel pump and the installation of the Alpha AMS high pressure fuel pump. That'll go great with this Alpha Turbo. Just remember, you'll need to prime the vehicle, do a few prime starts, confirm there's no leakage or any fuel dripping anywhere, as well as a must is an ECU calibration to run this pump. Do not attempt to run this pump without an ECU calibration. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos and subscribe.